So expect to see MatPat as our president in the next 5 years.
A president theory. A foreign aid theory. They're gonna he's gonna start doing different channels for all the different branches of government.
Alrighty, and welcome back for another episode of the Softlock Cafe. Let's see what's on the menu today. How are you doing, Oath?
I'm doing all right. It's been a very hot week for me. In North Carolina, it has been like highs of 90 every single day, and my AC decided to break right at the start of the heat wave. So it has been like an average of 80 degrees in the house. It's been able to like almost keep it cool, but like it just can't. It can't combat it. So me and Alice have been, or Alice and I rather, have been. Ooh. Ooh.
Grammar.
Ooh. But yeah, we have been hunkered down, both staying as far away as possible and like just leaving the door of the fridge and the freezer open occasionally so she can take a breather is really my best option. You know, we're just but today I got really sick and tired of it, so I called maintenance down and I'm like, if we can't figure out this AC thing, then you're just please put a portable AC unit in here so I could cool this house down for like a couple of days while you figure it out. And they're like, all right, we'll do it. They're like hands up. They're like, all right, you know what? You got us there. So they came in, they put it, you can see it in the window behind me there.
Yeah. I was thinking about this. Why do you have a window upstairs in your bedroom?
I do.
Why would they not put it up there? Because cold air falls, so it would shoot through and then it would fall on you. You get the whole house.
I didn't want them to come up to my bedroom.
Oh, you didn't hide the cum socks?
No, it's not even that. I'm very particular. I don't even like the maintenance people to come into my house at all, to be honest with you. But the main reason is because I don't pay pet rent, and if they if that gets back to the wrong person, that becomes a problem for me. Sure. So that is the main reason why I don't like them in here. But the maintenance guys are cool. They're not snitches. And even so, they don't know that like I don't pay rent. That's not knowledge that they would ever be privy to. So they wouldn't know to tell somebody that. But it's like if it ever does slip, like I went into 420. Cat was sweet, and they're like, what? The cat? You know? Then all of a sudden that becomes a problem.
I also need to call maintenance because I have a vanity in my bathroom, right? And it has 4 lights up above it. And when I moved in, only 2 of them were working because I moved in and it was a piece of shit. And I wrote down all these problems. I was like, hey, you guys gonna fix any of these? And they're like, no. I was like, all right, cool. It was pretty ass.
They're just not gonna charge you for it at the end of your lease, basically.
Yes, I have pictures documenting everything if they try to dispute me on any of it when I move out. So it has 4 bulbs. Only 2 of them were working. And then since like Saturday, we record on Wednesdays. All of them have been out now. And so I've just been pooping in the dark. And when I need to shower, I have a clear shower curtain anyway. So I just leave the bathroom door open, turn on the hall light, and then I'll go hop in and shower. And so I also need to call maintenance so I can stop living like the most degenerate human being alive.
I'm sure there's a sect of people out there that enjoy, they prefer shitting in the dark, you know? Maybe they're dark shitters, maybe they're dark showerers. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. If you're a dark shitter, you gotta let us know.
Are you a dark shitter?
I think that there's more dark shitters out there than you realize, and you're not alone. Maybe even this could become a permanent thing for you. Even when you get the lights fixed, you become a dark shitter, and you just like, I don't know, you're in there, you're playing Umamusume, whatever you got going on.
What is Umamusume? What do you mean?
Don't act like you don't know now. You're the one that got me into this shit. Yes. You drug me down here.
So if any of you guys have looked at Twitch or YouTube in the last week, you've probably noticed the greatest game of 2025. We did last week we did our wrap up on like game of the year contenders. Man, we were so close. We were so close. It came out I don't know, it's been out for a couple weeks. But Umamusume, Pretty Derby. Well, imagine, if you will, it's like Motorsport Manager or like Football Manager. You have to manage a team, but your team that you're managing are horses, and the horses are anime girls that are also idols in high school.
Stay with us here. Stay with us.
It's so good. It's like gambling simulation to the max. The first stream we did of it, because I knew I was going to play because I watched Northern Lion play, and I am a slave to doing anything he does, and also it looked kind of good. The first stream we did, Oath and I were playing together, right? You get these, like, it was like 50 pulls right off at the start. You get a 3% chance to pull a rainbow. In Oath's first 5 pulls, he pulls 3. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I pulled 0. And then we did a lot of like campaign work, got a bunch of like, did all the free to play stuff you're supposed to do, got through the story, completed a campaign, linked our phones to it. So we ended up doing like 110, 120 pulls. Oath, 6 rainbows. Me, still 0. And I was like, how?
7 now. It is 7 now.
You're at 7 now. What'd you get?
Do you count the bingo one as a pull? Because I don't know if like the reward for that is static.
No, it's literally if you fill out the bingo card, you get that one. That's
all right, never mind. Then it is 6
still.
All right, that's fair. That's valid.
Yeah, but so because I had done 11 10 pulls, and then I woke up this morning, and with my daily login bonus, I had enough for another one, and I was like, all right, bet, we send it. And it was 10 silvers and 1 gold that I already had. And I was like, all right, fuck this. So I deleted my account, rolled again. Got the same shitty horse that I bought, because you get to buy 1 rainbow. I bought the worst one, as it turns out.
And they're like rarities, right? You've got like silver, gold, and rainbow are your 3 rarities.
Yeah. I mean, you get to pick a rainbow to buy, and I bought the worst rainbow, as it turns out. And I was like, oof, that's tough. And so I rerolled my account. I pulled the rainbow I bought last time, and then I pulled like some support that was not very good. And I was like, all right, we go again. I pull a support that's actually good, and I pull the same shitty rainbow horse again, but I also pulled a different rainbow horse. And then I could buy, with my ticket where you get to pick the rainbow, I picked the best rainbow that's in the game right now. So we're living large. I went from wanting to die, because I naturally in life have the lowest luck stat imaginable. Oathsaw, I failed. It was like the race, like one of the trainings right before race. It was like 6% failure. Boom, failed. She got injured. Mood went to awful. Lost the whole run off of 6%. And I was like, brother. And then on the next run, I failed a 9% training before we even got to the first race. I was like, what are we doing? No one has as bad of luck as me.
It was depressing to like see you pull 9 silvers and a gold for like the 3rd time, and like your voice, you put so much bass into it. I was a little scared. Yeah, I've never seen this side of Z.
it was not great. And then I had done another run after Oath and I, because Oath we played until like 2 a.m. last night, just in Discord together.
We did do that, yeah.
I did one more run after he went to sleep. Made it to the final race of this horse's career. It was a rainbow stamina training that would have put her over like 300 stamina or whatever, so she could like have a better shot at this race. 2% failure, and she failed it. She wanted to be glue so bad, and
send her to the factory.
And then her stamina went down because we failed the training, and I was unable to complete the race after using all 4 of my rerolls. And I was just like, because you get like alarm clocks where you can like redo a race. And I found it's 4 per career that you get. It's not like you can spend 4 on each race that you fail. You get 4 for your whole career, and then it's off to the glue factory.
Send them out. We love making glue. We've made so much glue for the glue factories. It's great. We're bringing in profits. It's a great time.
Yeah. They either get to go to like idle camp and become like the greatest one to ever do it, or they go to the glue factory, and there's literally no in between in this game. They're either a failure or they're not.
Yeah, the long and the short of it, like the tech side of it, is just that it is a menu simulator. It is pretty in-depth for a menu simulator, and you can get a lot of content out of the free-to-play side of it. Yeah. Like, as any gacha, you know, you can speed your progress up with your pay-to-win, but I think that it is a pretty good game for what it is, and I'll probably change my mind in the next week or 2, but I think it's chill right now. It's definitely like, it is viral because it is like all funny, and like all of the horse girls are actually based off of like real life horses. Like one of the horses, like Gold Ship, like apparently at the start of the race, like jumped up on a turnstile and like tried to fight a horse in the opposite bracket, and like basically threw her the whole race.
If you unlock her potential, you get a skill that makes it to where you're worse at starts, but getting a bad start doesn't affect you as much, which is like trying to emulate the fact that that horse got in a fight in the stall, which is like funny that they do things like that.
Yeah, there's another horse that like never won a race, and then she's in there. There's like horses that got euthanized for very funny reasons. Like it's very ridiculous. I think they're self-aware, but it is very funny. It's a very funny game. There's a reason that it trended for sure.
Yeah. So if you like you have a different game of the week, that's my game of the week. Play Umamusume. It's so fun. You get like $150-ish worth of content in just like the first 3 hours of playing. You get like $150 worth of in-game currency to just like go and like start and like have fun. And it's pretty chill.
Yeah, for sure. It's like they split off the currency though into like free and paid. I don't like that. I don't know. This is also one of my first like Gotchas. I don't really play
I
them
think it's
like
interesting
that.
because a lot of times, like in every gacha game, it shows you like what you paid for versus what's free, which I think is weird. This is the only game I've seen where like they have a use. Like there's certain banners that you can only pull on if you've used paid carrots, which is I don't know. I think that's interesting. It makes it does incentivize it to buy more because like they have a bundle right now where you get 1,500 paid carrots and you get a guaranteed SSSR ticket, so you can go like pull one and you get a 10 pull basically. But then there's the 10 pull paid carrot banner where you're guaranteed a 3-star as well. So like you get two guaranteed 3 stars. So I think it's interesting. I'm too poor to buy, and I probably wouldn't buy. Like I don't know if you talked about it on this show before. I've had a problem with gachas in the past. I'd spent around like 100-ish on Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Anytime they dropped a costume pack for one of my favorite characters, I would buy that. They're like 20 at a time. So I got like 5 of those. And then I spent like over $1,000 on Genshin Impact when it came out. Like once every other paycheck, I would drop $100, so I could like guarantee myself one of the 5 stars.
See, you could spend 1,000 on Genshin, or you could put 1,000 on the stock market for you to lose when Donald Trump manipulates the markets in the open. You know, you could just lose all of it there instead. There's levels to this shit.
Or I could just throw all of my money into Tesla, and the line only goes up. Shortly.
Yeah, we should ask Grok if this is true. Well.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to ask Grok anything lately.
Yeah. You might ask Grok something, and then he comes out and tells you that he is
the leader of Germany from 1933 to 1945.
Oh, and also the white truth is real. Oh, and also the
Hall of Cost
might need to happen again. Like, feel free to blur that if that's something that I can't say, even ironically. But so I'll break this down for you because I've been following this. I've had my ear to the ground on this because I find this very, very funny. So basically, Grok had an update over the weekend, right? And the weekend meaning the weekend of the 4th of July, the 4th of July weekend. And it was updated to essentially not shy away from making claims which are politically incorrect, but valid. Like they have a standing is basically how it was described, right? So basically to lean more into saying shit that is like politically incorrect, you know, like maybe the R slur, you know, things like that are like borderline, you know, like people still say it a lot, so it will get put into the AI's like database because ultimately all Grok is, all ChatGPT is just repeating words that has been said on the internet before in the order that they have been repeated back to it. So basically, it got unlocked to say all of the shittiest words, and then all of the research it had done on all of the shitty words, it immediately started regurgitating because all of the
National Socialists
say the most insane shit. And so it started regurgitating all of the
National Socialist
talking points. So we got Mecha,
the leader of Germany from 1933 to 1945.
We got
Hall of Cost.
So we got It's too much. So what they did was they instantly disabled it for text, but they left the images up, and so they started generating like images of
the leader of Germany from 1933 to 1945
and like insane shit with Grok, and so they had to disable the images too shortly after. And then the day after they disable everything, the CEO of X steps down. Like this is such a catastrophic failure. This is why I had to stop and laugh for a second because it's ridiculous. How does this happen? It's 2025. We know AI. Like, there's no way that you just go, you know what? Say it. Go ahead. You know what? Say it. You got the pass. You can't tell Grok he has the pass. He's going to use it.
There was the like AI Seinfeld Twitch channel. And they had like lowered one of the filters on that, and then it just started doing like anti-Semitic rants, and then they had to ban the like 24-hour Seinfeld AI channel, which is, I don't know. The AI it doesn't have like social awareness, I guess.
Yeah, and this isn't the first time this has happened. Like you mentioned, that's happened on Twitch before. This has also just happened on Twitter before. In 2016, Microsoft released another chat bot. I think it was like Tay or something. And people within 24 hours had that thing fully saying the N-word and like just dropping the most insane like anti-Semitism. Like it's unbelievable. You can look it up if you're interested in. I don't know why you would be, but
it is
this is like
depressing that we as a like society are like Yes, new robot. What should we do with it? What should we do with it? Have the potential to make it do anything we want in the world. What if it said slurs? That'd be cool. And like that's like the first thing we jump to is make the robot say slurs.
What's slurring, brother? That's like Grok, but Sketch, you know, or Sketch AI.
No, Sketch AI would go crazy.
What's up, my R slurs?
So have you seen this? Kind of is like vaguely related. There's like TikToks of like people, if they like walk past a delivery robot, they'll like be like, "Oh, keep it moving, clanker," or whatever. And I feel like it's like funny at a glance, but like I feel like in my heart, it's like guys that just want to say the N-word. And they're like, oh, we can do this, and people will think it's funny, but it's really them like getting to live out their fantasy of just like being mask off racist.
It is LARPing as a fake racist, yeah. That is what that is.
I hate it. I hate that trend so much. Like it's funny at a glance, and then the second you think about it, even for a little bit, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, the problem is like it does make me laugh, and it's okay sometimes for comedy to be offensive if it's funny. I think that is the rule, right? If it makes people laugh, then it's generally okay.
But also, that being said, fuck robots. Stop taking human jobs. I will fight a robot if I go outside my shitty apartments that I live in and there's a fucking Uber Eats for my fucking Jimmy John's. we're gonna drop kick the robot for sure.
Yeah, well, I was kind of curious. I wanted to ask you this, and I'll have a little bit of a lead in here because, like, when it comes to like these AI, like obviously, like I said before, all they're doing is regurgitating what has been said. So, like, everything that Grok said is just a reflection on the people who use Twitter, anyways. So, like,
correct.
Like, my question to you is like, what do you think that like AI should be embraced more, or do you think that we should be more apprehensive of the AI than we currently are? What is your apprehensive, or like what's your level of like whoa about the AI?
All right, let's get there. In theory, AI taking human jobs so humans can focus more on like art and enjoying life and like not having to do the menial shit that we all hate is good.
Mm-hmm.
However, we live under capitalism. So if it's taking our jobs and we still have to work to be able to survive, that's bad. We need to make it to where like there needs to be some sort of like if they're taking our jobs so we can focus on the good stuff, we need to be able to focus on the good stuff outside of that. Like our material conditions need to be raised in such a way, which we could do through AI, but we choose not to. Instead, we use it to be able to cut labor and screw people out of jobs as opposed to trying to like elevate society. So
we could also use AI to like fix roads and shit, but we don't. But I don't know. I digress. What were you saying?
Well, that's the same thing. Like we could use AI, but then like that's taking a job away from a city planner. That's taking a job away from a construction worker to like go in and like fill it out, like implement the road fixing or whatever. And so like it's fucking, I don't know. Like in theory, it's cool, but we don't live in that world where it can be cool. Right now, it actively just is a threat to the working class.
Yeah, definitely. I'm of the mind that like, I don't think AI will ever be able to replicate like the job that like a hardworking Mexican illegal immigrant can do on a farm. I don't think the AI gets there, unfortunately. I think we still got to rely on them because I don't think the AI is at the place where it can, do what they do.
You don't think we can? Because fucking man, I hate the fact that you used immigrants because now I'm going to be like we make like apple picking robot, but like immigrants do much more than pick apples. Is like I don't want to just like
we can do humor here. It's okay. We're a comedy podcast. It's all right.
I don't, this just feels like a weird thing to joke about. I don't know, but
it's okay. It's okay. Well, I mean, who's gonna call us out?
Oh yeah, all dozens of viewers.
Dozens of you. No. It's okay. I think what I wanted to like just in general talk about though with the AI is just like I don't know. I think a lot of people are apprehensive. Some people are like way more embracing of it, and I was curious to see where you were at on that fence. It seems like you're a lot more apprehensive than embracing of it. So,
like I said, if we lived in a different world, AI is cool. But where we live now, it's just bad, or it's actively a threat to the average American.
Yeah, the final thing I'll mention about AI, to bring it back to something lighthearted, is that there have been a rise in people using AI to write smut, and it's working. people just want to see the vampire and the werewolf fuck. They don't care how they get there, and they're able to churn out books much faster. They're able to get to more sex scenes, and so like middle-aged women are going and they are purchasing these AI written books, knowing fully well that they're written by AI intentionally, because they want to get there. You know what I mean? They want to flick the bean. They want to get there to that shit, and the AI just does it. You know what I mean? So the AI, while we got to be apprehensive about it, it does do smut better than Danielle Steele, better than anybody, better than the best in the game. All right, and I'm ready for that.
Sure.
Oh man, what do you want to talk about?
You have here that apparently Pope Leo signed a Pokemon card.
Yeah. So some dude, there's a pretty trending video. This is like a pretty rapid fire topic that we could talk about, but he brought up a Pop Leo card and he signed Pope Leo. You know, because Pop Leo, Pope Leo, it's like they sound the same. And I was curious because like, is there a Pokemon that would fit my name? You know what I mean? Could I be like Oath? Like, is there an Oath Pokemon or like an Oatmeal? Like, there's no Pokemon. There's no Oathmon, you know? I don't know. Is there like, or there's not even a Michaelmon, you know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate. Is there a Noticemon or a Vincentmon?
Like Vendocent. Virizion, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. That is.
Yeah.
Leave in the comment if you. I wish I could talk. Leave a comment if you have a Pokemon that sounds like your name.
Yeah,
it's
and
like
if you left a comment, subscribe too.
It's like the memes where it's like I can't think of what I'm saying. It's like, did he leave on the stove or whatever? And then it like zooms in. It's like LeBron, where like it's like slant rhymes with it, so that it's like it makes it seem like it's a news article about someone. It's like one of those, but it's Pokemon.
Where's the Oathstol? Sorry, ADHD moment. We do a little bit of ADHD here. No, but is there like I wonder if there's like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I don't know. We don't have to think too much about this, but yeah.
I know there's no Vincent. There could be a Michael. I know there's a Tristan, and my friend was Tristan, and he played Yu-Gi-Oh. And I was like, oh my god.
There might be like a Michelangelo, because Yu-Gi-Oh does have a very like religious.
Oh wait, yeah, Michael. He's the arts. He's a Lightsworn synchro card.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I've got a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
There is a Michael. So good shit.
It'd be my dream. One day someone comes up a card with my name on it and they're like, sign this for me. I don't know. Maybe if we go viral one day, that'll be like the thing that people do. Oh, you got, no autographs though for you. No autographs, sorry.
He knew I was going to sell it. The value would have been too juicy.
Speaking of autographs, I went up to the Microsoft CEO for an autograph and he laid me off. So unfortunately, we're looking for a new job, chat.
O's the king of segues. Don't let him tell you different.
Microsoft laid off about 9,000 people over this past weekend from their gaming division. I wanted to talk about this because unfortunately, a lot of times in the mainstream gaming industry, they glaze over the dark side of the industry, the fact that mass layoffs happen and the fact that developers have essentially no rights in the industry. And I as someone who is an aspiring developer, I would say that I've never worked with, okay, that's a lie, I worked with Epic, I did do that. So I've never worked as a game developer at a major gaming company. So but I've went to school for college wow I went to school for game design. And I did end up getting a degree in that shit. So, I mean, I would consider myself a part of the community, and it's just unfortunate.
It's also important that we talk about this because we had talked earlier about how Microsoft had been going around and like buying all of these different companies. And then so like they gained access to all these IPs, and now they're just fucking laying everyone off, which is really shitty.
And like they're probably going to end up shelving these IP. And so the reason that they laid these off, and this kind of ties into what we were talking about before with AI, this is kind of like low-key the AI episode, I guess. So the reason that they were firing they called them middle managers / underperformers as the main firing group, and they wanted to do that to create room for more AI initiatives. So essentially they're laying off like the entirety of Rare so that they can let AI fucking make Banjo-Kazooie 3. Is like that is literally the point where we're at, where we're allowing AI to take over for game studios, or at least that is ultimately what I feel the direction Microsoft is going to go, because the cost of game development is rising, right? And any way that the major corporations can lower the cost of that development while also increasing efficiency and increasing the fidelity, like, because AI can do things, a lot quicker than humans can. That's just the way of the road once you have it trained on that data. But the thing is, how are they getting that data? They're getting it from those employees that they're laying off, because every time they sign those contracts in there, beside that NDA, they go, "Oh, you consent for all of your work to be used within our data system and to be used to train our AI." And that like the contractors do that, and like it's just messed up. I've seen it. I've got a friend in the industry. He showed it to. I've seen it, and it is not good. But I think ultimately what it's important to highlight, that the reason they do this is to pump the stock, right? Shareholders want profits, and they are sacrificing the livelihoods of these employees that, like, literally the people who are creating these profits for them, they are willing to send them to the Sarlacc pit to increase their profits. So I don't know. I think we're at the point where it's time to take the bourgeoisie and do what the French did. I don't know. Call me crazy. I think it is time to revisit the French Revolution.
Oh yeah. So you had mentioned you were looking into it. What are some of the? So you mentioned Rare being laid off. What are some of the other IPs that are going to be affected by these layoffs?
So the one that has the most market cap is the King, which is the Candy Crush mobile game division. They cut the majority of that. They cut.
To be fair, that you could that one I don't like. Not saying they weren't hardworking developers. If there ever were,
no, you don't understand how popular it is. You don't understand.
I know, but what I'm saying is, if there was ever an industry to be made with AI, it's Candy Crush levels. I'm sure the AI could chart out a Candy Crush level.
I would be surprised if AI was not already making Candy Crush levels, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so like that one, like it makes sense, even though it is still awful to do that to those developers.
The game that most people were upset about being canceled was the Perfect Dark remake. Perfect Dark was a cult classic from back in the day, like PS1, PS2 era style game, and they just killed it. Well, I mean, I think it was actually an Xbox game. Correct? I don't know. Correct me in the comments, I guess, but they canceled that. ZeniMax Media Studios had a canceled game, and ZeniMax are the Elder Scrolls Online people. So they didn't tell us what it is. I'm almost sure, like 100% positive, it will leak in the coming months, because that's just the way it is. The John Romero studio, the guy who was a part of the original Doom, I don't know if you remember this, but there was an Easter egg in one of the original Dooms where you could go behind one of the bosses in the wall, and it was like a John Romero back there. So that dude now has his own studio, and they got gutted essentially, and their publisher backed out, pulled all of their funding, and they're essentially like they didn't lose their jobs, but they're no longer affiliated essentially with anything. It's just John Romero and like no money, you know what I mean? So yeah, but other than that, there's a couple more. The Initiative Studio has been closed. The Initiative Studio was working on that is the developers that were working on the Perfect Dark remake. So yeah. So and the thing is after this year, Phil Spencer's also stepping down as the CEO of Microsoft. And Phil Spencer, I truly think he was a good CEO, because he was a gamer. You go check his Xbox profile, like, this dude is always playing a game. He's actually playing games. And I think that we're going to get to a point where Microsoft Gaming Division CEO is not going to be a gamer, and it is going to, like, Game Pass pricing is going to go up to like $40 a month. You're going to see a lot of like games that are shelved and you're never going to see again, because they don't feel that they're a valuable enough IP to actually spend the money on. You're never going to see, your Banjo, you're never going to see Conquer, you're never going to see, you'll probably see Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls will probably be here until after the 6. I think we probably don't ever get Elder Scrolls 7. I think it's done after 6, but we'll see.
Who knows? So what you're saying is
that
it's time for us to have the first gamer president.
Yeah. It is going to be MatPat, actually. I don't know if you've seen the news.
I have seen the news. Yeah, he like introduced a bill talking about what was the bill specific? I know it's like gamer protections basically, or like protections for. God damn it! Here, hold on. Oh, so it's not a gamer thing. It's basically just like he is wanting to make it so that way Congress can like stay up with what's happening with the internet and not look like they're idiots all the time. And like it's a lot of like copyright stuff and like making sure that we're actually keeping up and protecting creators from the ever evolving landscape.
The creator tax code is one of their primary goals to change, because the creator tax code right now is very vague, and creator-led businesses and their tax they get pretty fucked, I won't lie.
Yeah. So
as a creator who gets paid a lot of money, chat.
So expect to see MatPat as our president in the next 5 years.
A president theory. A foreign aid theory. They're gonna he's gonna start doing different channels for all the different branches of government. The defense theory.
Why do we keep giving bombs to Israel? Because that's just a homeland defense theory.
Oh, that might be controversial. I don't think MatPat continues to fund Israel if he's president. Call me crazy. I think MatPat's woke. You know what I mean?
I also think he's woke, but I also think he's smart enough to know that if he wants to see any success, he's gonna have to kiss the fucking Democratic boot like everyone else does.
Dude, it is crazy to see how the Democrats are turning on Zoran before he's even elected.
I know. Oh my god.
Oh, they're the neo-libs are showing their true colors, and
because when it's Biden, it's like, hey, blue no matter who, right? You gotta do it. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. And then there's hey, look, we could do something else. It's fuck that guy. What do you mean? Someone who's popular and is actually gonna helping you out? That guy, yeah, fucking hates. Because God, it's there was the TikTok.
Sad.
It's Mr. Mamdani, would you be willing to slice open your hand and swear a blood oath that you'll never speak negatively of Israel again? No, I do not feel comfortable doing that. Mr. Cuomo, do you like pizza? And it's the line of questioning that each of them get, and I don't know, it's so I don't know, I hate it. Just let Mamdani fucking be the goat that we all want him to be.
I just don't understand why it's controversial to say it's bad that Israel bombs kids. I don't understand.
The separation between criticizing what Israel does, and I feel like it's a rant I've gone on the pod before too. You can criticize the Israeli government and not be critical of every Jewish person.
Yeah, obviously not every Jewish person is a part of the IDF and wants to fucking
unalive essay
every Palestinian. You know what I mean?
Right. It's if people were to hold me accountable for the actions of Donald Trump, I would lose my fucking mind. That is not me. He does not represent me. So the fact that people conflate is oh, you're criticizing the Israeli government, so you hate all Jews. It's no, dumbass. What do you mean? And the fact that fucking libs are actual libs, not left leaning, you know,
the neo-libs.
Yes, the neo-libs are unable to parse that. Fucking blows my mind. I hate it so much. And that's why we have to just fucking just yep cock everything that fucking Israel wants to do.
Yep cock.
I was well, we're anti-Semitic if we don't let them keep bombing. So I don't know what to do, guys. They got our arm twisted.
We're caught between a rock and a hard place when it comes to damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, and nobody's happy no matter what happens, because religion has become a plague on both our world and our mentality. I don't know. I feel like it's made our society just worse. I don't know. That's it. It's just truly. I don't know. That's a controversial take, but I'm willing to take that stance on the pod. Cancel me. I don't know. I've talked about this even with my mom recently. It's the religion has been just bad from the beginning. Literally I don't know. I just haven't they have used it to kill and murder and pillage and make everybody feel inferior, and they've used it to fuel racism, and it's just what are we doing here? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even back in the day, it was oh, it's time to go do a crusade. We need to go kill these people because they're not us. It's that's always what it's been. Oh, they don't believe in Jesus.
People say Christianity is perverted nowadays. Nah, bro, that shit's been fucked since Jesus, since pre-Jesus.
Yeah. The issue isn't that the system is broken. The issue is that the system is working as intended.
Yeah. We need to change the purpose of the system, not the way we get there, I guess.
While we're here, do we want to fucking keep America Doom posting because the big beautiful bill passed?
Oh we probably should. I mean, we buried the lead enough yet. So America's fucked, chat.
Yeah, it's all bad.
Yeah, I think so. The big beautiful bill passed. What this means for most people is that you will pay more in taxes to put more money in the pocket of billionaires. Your Medicaid's cut, your Social Security is cut, all of your social safety nets, and you may not even think you're on Medicaid because in every state they do call it different. They call it different things. Like it might be called like health, like Novant North Healthcare. Like they might call it like Zapata County health. Like they don't always call it Medicaid, and so a lot of people who don't even understand that they're going to be affected are affected, and they're already seeing the consequences of this. Yep. But I think with the Doom post, I don't want to go into the bill because that's not really the type of show we are. I do want to say though that at this point we gotta wait for the midterms, and then we have to just like flip all the seats. We have to primary all the shitty Democrats. We have to primary Republican, or not primary Republicans, but we have to win the general or the midterms against the Republicans. Like we just have to win enough seats to where they can essentially re-impeach Trump, which is like. That's all you got at this point. You know what I mean? That's what you're looking for. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. He has done things that deserve impeachment. In this presidency alone, he has already done shit worse than his last presidency. Like unbelievable. It is crazy how bad it's been. But
I was like, and then fucking like Chuck Schumer wanting to go in and be like, "Don't worry, guys, we got him. We stuck it to him. We got him to change the name of the bill. It's legally not called the Big Beautiful Bill. It's called The Act." Cool. Thanks, Chuck.
Yeah. They just changed it to a cooler name. Like, fuck. The name is cooler now. But, I mean, that's not the only shitty Republican. I mean, Ted Cruz fucking ditched Texas again during a national disaster. Name like a better duo than Ted Cruz and running away when shit gets crazy in his state.
It's insane, because my dad and I, we were talking about the floods on Sunday, and then I was like, man, do you think Ted Cruz is going to leave again? And then like Monday or Tuesday, I saw a headline that like he was vacationing in Europe at the time of the floods. Dude. And I was like, God damn it, Ted. He can't keep getting like, how does he keep getting reelected? How does this happen? How can you be so bad for your constituents and still get reelected?
Because Beto O'Rourke wants to take your guns away. It's a damn shame that Beto O'Rourke is like the biggest anti-gun Democrat and also is in the biggest pro-gun state. Yeah. It sucks. If Beto O'Rourke was in any other state, he low-key would just like wash whoever the fuck was he was running against. But in Texas specifically, he's just cooked.
I hate it. But yeah, so for those who don't know, Texas has been flooding really crazily. Like death count over 100, still several missing, including there was a camp where like I believe it was like at least 60 of the deaths came from like this one summer.
Yeah,
camp.
I did see about There's a lot of people who were being like, oh, hailing the heroes, and it's just like, well, I mean, they wouldn't even have needed to be a hero if they didn't, they like literally tear apart the infrastructure that they built to prevent this from happening in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And yeah, because a lot of it is like they cut the weather support, so like the forecast wasn't as accurate as it could have been.
The sirens weren't in place.
A lot of the emergency response funding had been cut. And so like a lot of it is just like a direct response of what we've been seeing go on in our government, where we're just going to cut everything and it's just going to work until it doesn't. And spoilers, it's eventually not going to work.
And it's a dual-edged sword because the people of Texas voted to not put the sirens in. So it's almost like, well, you voted for this. But it's like, even though people actively work against their self-interest, I can never bring it within myself to lose all empathy for them. Because at the end of the day, those people have children, and even though they're lost causes, like, I want the world to be a better place. Like, the day that you stop wanting the world to be a better place is the day that you stop, having empathy for things. And I don't want to ever lose empathy for things and people, because that is how you become the way that the MAGA fucking brain mush is right now. They have zero empathy for things or people. It's just unbelievable.
Like the people that voted Trump and then they like have retroactively been like, well, this isn't like what I voted for. Like they feel conned, duped. It's real easy to be like, well, you deserve this because you voted for this. But like you said, like I still want to see people have a better life. And so that's a poor mentality to have. And like, you should be trying to like get those people on board so we can prevent this from happening again in the future, rather than put them down and make them feel stupid for what they've already done. Because spoilers, I think most of them feel pretty dumb already. You don't need to be the one to tell them.
Yeah, it is. Agreed.
But shiny sliver of hope, the Alvea Sanctuary run by Maya down in Texas was also hit. One of their roads was like completely wiped away from the roads. And like in 2 days, they raised like $180,000 for the sanctuary. They had a bunch of streamers that were like coming down and they were like helping out. They were just like repairing the the road on stream, which is
Yeah.
really sick. Like a bunch of people like Senna and Zoil and Adapt.
Agent
That's right, not
Emaru.
Adapt. Yeah, Emaru was down there. Just
Yeah.
like seeing people go and just like spreading the awareness. Maya was like on the news talking about it. And so like, I don't know. It's just, even in shitty times, good things can happen. So there's your little crumb of hope for the episode.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see that people are definitely sending a lot of support Alveus' way, because like those animals definitely don't deserve to like go through, they're already in rehab and recovery. We want them to have access to, make sure their roads are repaired. But I will say I doubt there are 0 people who watch this podcast or even close to adjacent to us that think this way, but there were some people that were like, lol, donating to a millionaire instead of donating to like actual charities. And like, let me say this, Maya not a millionaire, y'all.
Correct.
Every dollar she has goes to her nonprofit organization that also doesn't make money. Like I don't get where this is coming from, but yeah, I did see like a couple posts like that, and I was just like, okay, you're weird. Like I feel like most people can understand that that's weird, and like I'm glad that I feel confident that our community doesn't have any people like that. But man, I feel sad for people who think like that. They just gotta live a terrible life.
Speaking of living a terrible life, I had the misfortune of watching you beat Death Stranding 2.
So what were your thoughts on the ending? Because like even though you didn't see the whole game, you saw the ending. And by the way, spoiler alert, if you don't want spoilers for the end of Death Stranding 2, skip to whatever time Yegog just put on the screen.
So basically, the final boss fight, you guys all like get in this fucking mech, you teleport to this beach, because it's called the beach, and they're like, don't worry, Sam, you have the guitar, you'll be fine. And then
it's Higgs' guitar. He got it from Higgs like 2 chapters before. Sure. And the reason that he can take the guitar to the beach is because it's connected to Higgs, and it is Higgs Beach that we're going to.
Sure. So you use
it all makes sense.
You use the guitar, you like fight the samurai, and then this dude like takes over one of the big like kaijus that had been like fighting in the background, and they blow his head off, and then they like possess the headless guy, and he picks up the ship that they're flying in, and then he attaches the ship to the kaiju, so now they have a kaiju that can fight and has guns. While that's happening and you're walking down the beach, you run into Higgs, and then you and Higgs end up having like a shirtless guitar off, and that's the final boss. And then eventually it like goes into like a rhythm game that you have to do, and then there's also a fighting game portion of it, and then
don't forget the giant baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say, then Higgs gets swallowed by a giant baby, and then that's the end of the game.
It was so abrupt. He just got picked up and eaten. It was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then so that happened, and then like deadass 90 minutes of cutscenes afterwards of like Sam takes the baby on a walk in the mountain, and then none of that actually happened, so it didn't matter. And then we found out that Fragile was dead the whole time. And she sent the baby to go live with the deads, which is why Sam stopped seeing the baby in the thing. And then it turned out that the baby was your daughter.
Elle Fanning.
Yeah, Elle Fanning, who is your daughter, who was the baby that he had. It's like it's all the same one. And then also Neil, the Troy Baker character, was the guy that your wife was cheating on you with. And
the guy that was protecting your daughter was the guy your wife was cheating on you with.
Yeah. And then like he apparently like became like a nuclear bomb basically.
Yes, yeah. So when you die, you have to have your corpse disposed of, be incinerated, and if you have too much time without it being incinerated, you turn into a BT. And if a BT that was a human touches another human, a void out is triggered, which is basically a nuclear explosion.
Yeah. And so Neil ended up doing that, even though he was still alive in the game. I don't know how any of it works. But
no, he's not alive. So he is it's basically his BT, his like Ka, not his Ha. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And the Ka and the Ha, by the way, for the Ka is your spirit, Ha is your physical body. Yeah,
so they couldn't just say soul and body. They have to have their own unique words.
He's Japanese. Sorry.
Oh, does Ka and Ha literally just mean like soul and body in Japanese?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, that's fine then. Never mind. I'll take it back.
it's like yin and yang in Chinese. You know, okay. It's kind of like that.
That's completely fine then. My bad.
Yeah, you can tell when an MF never watched Dragon Ball Z. You know,
this is true.
That
yeah,
dude
so, like,
literally does the kame, hame, ha. You know what I mean?
But so like it was crazy to be like the game super serious, like not super serious tone, but like fairly serious tone, and then just the most wacky, off the wall, like comedic, and it wasn't even like wacky and like, oh, that's like weird, makes you think. Like it's not like weird like that. It was just
weird.
Shirtless guitar battle and the giant babies. Like if that
It
feels
was
like
the
a weird
finale
way
to Pride Month.
Yeah, because you beat it on like July 3rd or something like that. We're like, oh baby, Pride Month got extended by an extra 3 days.
Because it was the most gay coded finale of a video game ever. I feel like, because they're shirtless, they're like getting face to face, doing guitar solos at each other.
Yeah, when they were doing it, they were complimenting each other too, and then they got all up in each other's faces. It was insane.
There was a moment where we were like, kiss, 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 kiss. It was outrageous. 9 out of 10 though. Absolutely amazing game. Unfortunately, does not dethrone Expedition 33 for my game of the year, or Umamusume as my pseudo game of the year. my meme game of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my overall review, I will say this. The strong points are the fact that the traversal is made much more fun. The traversal is much improved. Every aspect of it is better from the first game. The story is much more quicker. There's a lot less downtime between each story beat, so the pacing is a lot better. I will say the major detriment is I feel like the story did have a little bit less of a meaningful message. The first one had a meaningful message that related to like the real world and stuff, but I think it also related to a lot of what we were going through at the time, because it came out during COVID, and so there was a lot of people who related to like reconnecting America and doing that. So we live in a time now where we're so disconnected. I feel like that same message didn't really hit in the same way. So unfortunately, like, it did get docked there, but I loved it. I had such a good time with it. 8.9 out of 10.
That's hype.
Yeah.
As a viewer experience, it was kind of peak a lot of the times. Like watching you fight giant BTs that you get to catch in Pokeballs was pretty peak.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's really fun.
Yeah, it seems like a game I would hate to play, but I did enjoy watching you play it. So viewer experience, I'd give it like a 7.5.
Yeah. And it's crazy because we're rating this, and like on the PlayStation Store, it's rated like 4.9 stars out of 13,000 reviews. And on PlayStation Storefront, you can only review a game if you've purchased it and played it. Yep. So it's actually valid. Like, a lot of people are loving it. And speaking of other highly rated games, actually,
I am so glad you put this on the list. I had seen this, and I like had it in my brain. I was like, make sure you put this on the topics list, and then I forgot. Yeah. And then when I logged on and I saw you put it, I was like, that's my goat right there.
Yeah, I am the game guy. I love everything game related. So we have a new king. A new crown has been put on the head. You know, they decided, fuck Maple Story, we're never making another one. So one guy got in the lab, and he made one of the, if not the greatest farming simulator game of all time, Stardew Valley, which is,
according to Steam, the greatest game of all time now.
Yes, which is now the highest rated Steam game of all time, and also has 600. The game that it surpassed was Portal 2. Don't get me wrong, Portal 2 also one of the greatest of all time.
Something I want to know: how long did Portal hold the record? Because Portal's
since it came out. Yeah, since essentially like 15 plus years at this point. Yeah,
so we now have
it's unbelievable
game on Steam.
Yeah, and the thing is like, this is one person making this. He also did not have a publisher. So every dollar from Stardew Valley is in, like, this person will never work again. This person's children will never work again. His children's children will never need to. I don't think you understand. This man. I think Concerned Ape is a man, but this dude is just built different. Truly, like made this game in a cave with a box of scraps. And
say the line, Oath.
Go one episode without saying the line. Challenge impossible. But I just wanted to highlight that. Super excited for Stardew Valley 2. Or sorry, the Haunted Chocolatier, I guess is what we're calling it now. We're not calling it Stardew Valley 2, but the Haunted Chocolatier. I hope that there is going to be some more coming soon from Concerned Ape. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I wanted to highlight that, and I know Z is big into his farming sims too. So
that's just true. So when are we starting the Stardew Valley playthrough to commemorate the occasion?
That's so hard to commit to that, because that's like 2 months of your life. You know,
we've
like
also
3 months.
we've talked about your trauma with the game as well, because like you and an ex shared a farm, and then she fucking left with the farm.
Yeah.
He lost the farm in the divorce chat.
It was 1,000 hours of my life gone, and all I wanted was a copy of the world. I was like, "Hey, can you send me a copy of the world?" And they were petty, and they said no. So, fuck you, Alicia. You're watching this.
I'm gonna send this clip to her. I'll find her. Don't worry.
Well, you could probably find her IRL because she lives in your city. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Imagine the insanity that, like, I meet this random girl on Bumble and it's your ex.
Well, if you ever come across an Alicia on Bumble, fucking send it my way. But I don't think Alicia's more the type to like find a person on like Twitch to date, which is like how we met.
That is crazy. Yeah, I have a friend. He met his wife in his Twitch chat. I think it's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, they have a kid.
I mean, that's the dream, I guess. Fucking for some people, I don't know. Not for me. That would be my nightmare. I think to have like I would want my partner to like. That I would marry to be like okay with everything I do and not be judgmental and like
Sure.
be like, but I don't know, maybe like even like a lovely Momo style from North Carolina. Like NL just like she wasn't a fan, but she became a fan after she like met him in Korea because he was a teacher out there.
Yeah, I would definitely want a partner where like I feel like I could bring them on stream and they would be funny.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a minimum for me because like I have a couple of friends who are like, oh, like my girlfriend would like never want to like come on stream. I was like, that's crazy to me. I feel like I would like need to vibe with someone in such like a comedic way that I would feel comfortable bringing them on stream. Not like I want I'm trying to farm content like, oh boy, let's bring girl on stream, but like I just feel like that should be something we should be able to do together.
Yeah, agreed. But it is interesting. I think it's funny that we talk about that in Stardew back to back because Stardew Valley is such like a partner co-op game too. like it me to playing it with my ex and stuff. But I hope that Haunted Chocolatier comes out soon and that you could do 4-player. I want 4-player in Haunted Chocolatier. That would be insane.
That would be insane.
Yeah, finger guns. But did you have something, or do you want me to go into Game of the Week?
Yeah, let's Game of the Week it up.
All right, so this is actually going to be a super, super deep cut game of the week that nobody has heard of because this game has 1 user review on Steam.
Let's go.
It is made by a Turkish dude, and it is called Signs of Life. It came out July 8th, yesterday. We're filming on July 9th, and it is a stop-motion style game with creepy, surrealistic visuals. So, like, the faces, think like... Do you remember that game where that had the Beat Your Meat? It was like the puppet game that they showed.
Yes.
Think like that, but instead of yarn, clay, and like a lot less detail because it's not a highly developed game. It's like one guy, and it's his first ever game. So I played it a little bit. It's a point and click mystery game, and it is just like it is a fucking trip to play. I actually thought it was super fun when I played of it. So like if you want to throw, it's free to play.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, it's free to play on Steam.
Friday.
I wanted to make sure that everybody had like an option because like a lot of the games that I've been doing for Game of the Week are like $30, but I wanted to bring a Game of the Week that anybody could play literally. So Signs of Life, it's very, very unique, very cool to play. Check it out. And if you like it, leave a review, help the homie out. I'll definitely be leaving a review for my guy. Yeah, that is my Game of the Week, a brief Game of the Week. I won't spend too much time on it because you guys all know that there's one thing that never changes about the Softlock Cafe.
You know why we're here. The only reason
why
anyone
we're
watches is because we have a lesson for you guys.
Let's go. It's lesson time, baby.
It's lesson time. Not a traditional lesson. I told Oath, I was like, what if I changed the format of the lesson? Because we like to do like our rage baity engagement farming questions. And so, with that in mind, let's talk about it. Philosophy, right? So philosophy, as defined by Merriam-Webster, is a search for a general understanding of values and reality by chiefly speculative rather than observational means. So like, yes. talking about like these intangible questions of life, some of the all-time greats, hard-hitting question of all time. So we have like, are humans inherently evil? You have the ship of Theseus, which is basically like if you have a ship and you were to replace every single part of that ship, like replace every board, every screw, every nail, just like over time as it needs repairs. Once everything has been replaced from the original ship, is that the same ship? Pretty interesting question to think about. What happens after we die? I literally told myself to go back in and add a question mark, and I didn't. I'm going to have a question mark in the revised version, so you guys aren't going to see that, but Oath and I are going to see that this doesn't have a question mark right now.
It has a question mark, though.
It has a question mark. But the real question that all of us want to know the answer to, who would win in a head-to-head of Joey Chestnut and Usain Bolt? Have you heard this? It's been going around since the 4th.
In what?
So, the gauntlet. Eat a hot dog and then run 100 meters.
Okay.
So both of the goats at the top of their sport, right?
Is the hot dog have a bun?
Yeah, so the competitors. Usain St. Leo Bolt, the Lightning Bolt, 8-time Olympic gold medalist, 11-time world champion, set the world record at 9.28 seconds, the fastest to ever run 100 meters. His average time over his career, 9.95 seconds. And he has quite the illustrious career because he started in 2004, retired in 2017 after 13 years of competing, and he's currently aged 38, right? This is Usain Bolt, the fastest man alive, the Lightning Bolt, the pride of Jamaica. Just really wholesome guy, right?
Yes,
and then you have
I'm with you. Okay.
Joseph Christian Chestnut, 17-time mustard belt winner, 55 world records for things like he's eaten the most pastrami than anyone, like cream cheese wontons, the long form burrito. There's like a standardized metric. He's eaten 18 pounds of pie. He just has 55 different world records for consuming food. His hot dog world records, which is hot dog and bun, is 65 in 10 minutes, which that run averages out to about a hot dog every 9.2 seconds, right? He started in 2005. He's still active in 2025 after 20 years of competing, and he is currently aged 41, right?
Okay.
So both like just dominated.
LeBron of eating, truly.
So people have like run like studies and like you can like pull graphs and stuff. Joey Chestnut might be the best at his thing than anyone ever.
yeah, I agree.
Like he's better
like, no
at
one
eating.
has ever beat him, right?
Like he's better at eating than Jordan is at basketball. Like Jordan's really good at basketball, but he's not as good at basketball as Joey is at eating. Like he's the GOAT.
Because Joey didn't do the hot dog eating contest last year. Yeah, I'm a knower.
So he got a ban for taking a Impossible Meat sponsorship. So Nathan's banned him from competing in the hot dog eating in the Nathan's hot dog, which is where
maybe the pettiest thing to do, because like that is literally your entire business. Without Joey Chestnut, no one's watching your stupid ass eating hot dog competition. Yeah. Like he is the sport at this point. All right, so here I have a couple of questions that I want to ask. Before we get too deep into this,
have some more data, but go ahead.
I just want to ask the rules of this contest, right? Do you have to
a hot dog and bun, swallow, and then run your 100 meters.
Okay,
so you can't run with hot dog in mouth.
Okay, that was my question. All right, continue.
Continuing. As a competitive eater, Joey is an athlete. I don't care what anyone says. So he does have to stay in like moderate shape because you can't eat 65 hot dogs in 10 minutes and then not be like 400 pounds, right? So like Joey is like fairly all right fit. So I think it was like marathon.com is where I found this, is a chart basing people off of like what is a good time based on how old you are and like how fit you are. I'm not going to put Joey up too high, right? We'll say he's intermediate recreational. I doubt he's like, pumping cardio, or it's not, wouldn't even be cardio. Like, yeah, he's like getting ready to sprint all the time. So, in the 40 plus range at his, how fit I think he is, it should take him about 12.4 seconds, which means combined with, this is being generous, right? Because the 9.2 HDB time for his world record, that's over all of them. If he just has to do one, he can probably get it down a lot quicker than his average time over 10 minutes.
Correct.
But
like a
being
dog.
Being generous, we're going to say that it takes him those 9.2 seconds plus his 12.4 here gives him a 21.6 seconds to beat it. So what the question really boils down to is, can Usain Bolt eat a hot dog and bun in 11.65 seconds?
Do I think that well, here's the thing though. I low-key think I think Joey runs faster. I think Joey runs faster, low-key, than 12 seconds for the 100 meter. I think Joey can do it in like 10 probably. And if he can, I think he can do it 13 seconds, like a 13-second total. What's Usain's best 100 meter time? I don't think I saw that.
The best was 9.2 seconds. 9.28, 9.25.
So if I think that Joey could do the entire thing in under 15 seconds.
9.28 is the world record that he set. But again, he set this several years ago, and the average over his career was about roughly, you could call it 10 seconds.
Yeah. So my perspective is I think Joey does this in about 15 seconds, right? I think that he can.
I think you're insane. Where are you shaving off 6 seconds?
I think he eats the hot dog in 3 seconds. I think you're vastly over it. Like, look, pull up. I don't know.
Like, I'm being generous to Usain by giving Joey the 9.2 second hot dog time. That is being incredibly generous to Usain.
I got you. No, even with my
generosity to Usain, he needs to be able to eat an 11.65. Like I said, if we up it to like Joey, he's probably eating one dog in like 5-6 seconds. And I think the 12 is a fair estimate on his on Joey's 100 meter. I don't think he's getting it done that much faster. So like you said could be needing like an 8 to 9 second dog here to be able to have a chance against him. But in the most generous world, do you think Usain can get a hot dog down in 11.65? Because I don't know if he knows the tech to go bun or go dog and then bun in the water. I don't know if Usain has the tech like that.
I'm sure that Usain Bolt can eat a hot dog and bun in 11.65 seconds, but I don't know that gets him the victory. I think
that's what the math boils down to, is if he can do it in 12 seconds.
See, here's the thing.
I feel like you're underestimating the difficulty of both of these tasks.
No. I think ultimately 100 meters is not that long, right?
Correct.
You can sprint that out and you can die. If Joey Chestnut, like I have your family in a cave, gun to their head, like he's gonna put it like.
But this isn't his family in a cave, gun to his head.
Yeah, right. But if he's a competitor, he's gonna put his all into this, right? He's gonna suck that fucking dog down, and he's gonna fucking put his feet on the line. You know what I mean? He's gonna go out there and he's gonna put his heart on the line. So I think that Joey can eat a hot dog in 3 seconds, and then I think he can low-key run the 100 meters in 10 seconds. I think he could do 10 meters every second. I think that is legitimate. So I think that Joey would probably beat Usain Bolt, low-key. I think Joey gets there. I don't know.
I mean, I also think Joey gets there. That was going to be like my stance, is that Joey gets there for sure. But I just the way you're talking about it is crazy. You're just like, yeah, Usain Bolt's fucking washed, fucking.
No, because think about it. If I'm being honest and I'm like eating a hot dog as fast as I can, I can get the hot dog in my mouth in 3 seconds, yes. But the problem is that Usain doesn't have the swallowing technique. His throat is not used to it. He does not have the throat power for this. So I think that ultimately, like you say, can he eat a hot dog in 11 seconds? I think he needs to do it a lot faster than 11 seconds. I think he needs to do it in like 7 seconds. I think if he does it in 7 seconds, he can win. Thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. That's what's been on the menu this week. Tune in next week where we talk about some more kooky shenanigans. But in the meantime, make sure you guys are checking to see if you guys have liked and subscribed to the channel. Check up about 70% of the people who are viewing our videos are not subscribed to the channel, so make sure that you guys are getting those subscriptions in. Everyone helps. I know that right now we're like at 15. Let's try to get those numbers up, baby. Pump them up. But thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time. Later.